Lake Myers up front.
Look at him, he's so cute.
And it's Lake Myers in the back. This would not be a good day for farm tours. Y'all sport pen. Water in there. How the baby's doing? Baby's doing good. Makes us try and get the girls loaded. You can tell all this was flooded out here. You can see all the marks in the ground. They are not liking this. See? Water. No!
So this is number 6. Alright, so we got our results back for our AGS classification that we did. We took 4 bucks and 9 does, which I will forget that number, only because we had 1 first freshener, and so with American Goat Society, they only do second fresheners and above, and bucks that are 18 months or older, so we only had the 4 bucks. Rico was just a couple days shy, so he'll go next time if he does not leave before then. But you can see the breakdown. This is Sunrise's results. So it says his tattoo, how tall he is at the shoulder, and then it breaks down what they're looking at per category and then where he fits against the scorecard. So he got a very good rating, which was an 87.3 out of 100. And again, it just breaks down like legs, back, what he looks like in angularity, and then like his chest and all that. So it's a breakdown, and we use this to compare each of our bucks, their strengths and weaknesses, to what our doe's strengths and weaknesses are. So this was done electronically, which they are trying to switch over to, but only the bucks were ready for this spring. So this is the breakdown of all of our does. So it's all handwritten, the same information. The only difference with a doe and a buck is their memory system and breakdown of that. Again, gives you all the same, and how many freshenings they have too. So it's the only difference between does and bucks. But we did use these numbers to go ahead and we also are on milk tests. So we took our milk test numbers for the past 1.5 years and our classification numbers, and we went ahead and sold 2 of our does that were in milk. We are trying to get our numbers back down to where they are in manageable size, and we're only trying to improve what we have. So we're taking our best does and our best bucks, excuse me, and we're going to use all of this numbers to plan our spring breeding for 2022, because apparently I can't tell what year it is. So they had gone on to new homes. We sent all their information and sent copies of those. So we now have 8 does in milk, 7 of which have been classified. Again, the one we're hoping for linear appraisal later this year, which we'll be able to get money on also, since they do take first fresheners. They only don't do young stock, so anything under 1 year old with American Dairy Goat Association. So we'll take those numbers, these numbers, our milk test as we continue on every month, and just hopefully breed the best and sell the rest.
So it's 5:30 a.m. Sunday morning, 2 weeks after classification that we just did. We're actually going back to Aries, Nigerians, Jennifer's, because Samantha has to do her certification milk test And my best way of explaining it is this is their way to certify that the milk test that we do, that we're doing it right with someone else. So in other words, that we're not lying or screwing up or whatever. So we were going over there to her place, leaving our goats there overnight. So we're milking this morning, milking tonight, and then we're milking over there tomorrow morning or Monday morning, just to prove, and she signs off that we're doing everything right. By the way, shout out to Tri-County for letting us borrow the trailer. Samantha's still in her PJs. She's loading up alfalfa for the girls to eat. Of course, now all the other goats are like, what's going on? There's always those few stubborn goats. Hey, we got one.
Yes, I gonna say.
And to tempt these other stubborn ones as they know it's milking time, or about. So she's tricking them to get onto the patio now. Attempting. They're smarter than they look. And just so you know, Samantha's now getting frustrated with goats. So we got all of them, all the goats out besides Smudge, which just ran off. Because we sold her. There she is. Someone's buying her today. So there's no reason to take her for the milk test. You know, right, Smudgy Poo. They're all loaded in front of the trailer. I'm about to pull out, and we're headed to Jennifer's. Stir Stroker. Every time you tow. Towing mode engaged. Well, now it is.
They're fun to watch. Why? Well, to me, they're you call them cuckoo for a reason. You know, they look like barred rocks, but
So we just got done milking Sunday morning at Aries Nigerians, and now we're eating at an aviation airport with airplanes everywhere. So driving back to Jennifer's for Sunday night for round 2 of milking.
Alright guys, so we just wrapped up our verification test for our yearly milking. It's done between 75 and 150 days in milk for the majority of your herd. These 2 girls freshened back in October, so they're a little over that with the rest of the herd. We got done. So far everybody's milking really good and consistent, even though we had that big freeze in February. We are kind of tweaking our recipes a little bit with how much feed and what kind of feed and what they're drinking and their minerals. And always trying to improve the milk quality and quantity of these girls, so yay for that. We'll have our official results here in a couple days, so we'll make another video about that. That is a wrap about our milk test and verification test, so stay tuned as we go pick up 2 of our newest surprises.
So we're almost home. It's 8:30. Samantha milked all of her goats, got all of her paperwork done, and we're having to hurry up because we dropped, or Scott from Tri-County said, hey, I need my trailer this morning. I go get some feed at 8. It's 8:34. So sorry, Scott, but we're hurrying. So we're gonna drop the goats off, and I gotta take the trailer to Scott's real quick, and then we're hopping a Suburban with 2 kennels and driving all the way to Louisiana because Samantha decided to spend stupid money on some goats.
It's supposed to be a surprise.
So, and then she's like, maybe we'll stop at the casino on the way because we stopped right by Coshada.
So I gotta make back what I spent or try to.
Gotta lose more. Anyway.
I only have a limit, so I can't.
Right,
go over that.
your limit's $10.
I can turn 10 into 10,000.
Well, do it then. What's the hold up? But anyway, crazy. We got the kennels in the back. Already, stopped at Buc-ee's.
Yeah, we stopped at Buc-ee's for a fill up on food and gas.
Yeah.
Because you can't do one without the other.
Starting to look very ominous.
That's our skirt.
Let me show you.
It's our skirt.
And
It's gonna be like this the next 2 hours.
Right.
And then probably 2 hours at least back.
So, and then on the radar. So we're about to go through all of that.
We should totally call this Buck Majesty.
Buck Majesty?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Majesty, not Buck Majesty. He is a buck.
No, but we could call our show instead of Buck Dynasty. Like Duck Dynasty, but Buck Dynasty.
I'm trying to narrow down my bucks so I'm not a buck hoarder anymore.
Right.
Trying being the key word.
Samantha likes the boys apparently.
Boys are what put your herd together.
We did our AGS classification. What do they call it? Yeah, classification. So that's like a linear appraisal for ADGA, and basically all of our girls got.
We scored anywhere from an 84 to a 77.6 on our girls.
But that's all. Basically, all of our goats have perfect structures, like very good structure. Everyone tells us that, but our udders is where we need work. Now, I don't know all the things. I don't know about all the udders, but attachments and this and that and the whatevers. So we're going to go pick up this. Not saying that our bucks aren't good. Like Zach is a real good buck.
So this buck, his sire is legendary King Spear, and he is, I forget his final score. He's got several daughters already on the ground that have earned their superior genetics. They've been champions in the ring. And so we are hoping that by bringing him into our herd that he is going to fix a lot of our attachment problems, our medial problems, teeth size, putting on those soft-on udders.
Right.
For our girls that have the good structure, yes, he does have good structure too. He actually has 2 legs already towards his permanent champion status, so we are hoping to get him finished also while we own him. Although there's not a buck show that's close by anytime soon, so it'll probably be in the fall before he actually goes to a show.
So we're getting him because we know he produces good udders on babies or does.
Yeah, so
and then we also got the Aries buck, black tie fair, and although
who is a son of King Spear's brother, his littermate brother.
Right.
So we are hoping that by being able to line breed on both King Spear and Impreza, which are littermate brothers, that we can get some really good structure and udders in our future herd of babies that we have.
So we're hoping, by next year. I know I'm about to flip it over.
I do not like this.
It's getting dark, guys. Oh my gosh! Hold on. Let's flip this over.
Turn out the light.
Yeah. So it's 11.
It's 11:30 in the morning.
I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but that is dark.
Oh
yeah.
Excuse the dirty windshield. Light, dark.
Dark. We know now with this buck we're getting and the one from Aries Black Tie Affair that we have 2 bucks that should give us really good udders
And structure.
Of course, we already have the structure, but
there's always room to improve. There is
Right.
no perfect goat.
right.
But you can always improve and move towards better and better and better.
And once again, it's not that our other bucks are bad. They've gave us all good structure. We just now need one that does the udder.
Well, a lot of our babies that we have kept back and are now fixing to have babies later this year or next year, we cannot use them, our bucks that we've had,
Right.
to breed with, because you're not supposed to breed father to daughter, because
Right.
you get a lot of bad genetics and things like that. So we are moving out the bucks to bring in a better quality buck, or bucks, to improve the babies that we already have from our original group of boys that we started with.
Luckily, we got a bunch of good mentors, especially Jennifer.
And that we're doing the linear and classification and the milk test, because that's all data that you can use to find your improvements, your strengths, your weaknesses, and then again find a mentor that will help you improve or tell you where you can improve on if you can't figure it out yourself with all your data.
So we're real hopeful, and although we've been doing pretty good at shows, and I need to do a whole opinionated on my thought of shows. But we do shows for fun, and we do decent. I mean, we're always kind of usually in the top of the pack. We get a bunch of first places and stuff, but we haven't really got a bunch of champions or anything. And we think it's all, one, because of the udder, but two, as Jennifer also pointed out, it's all about showmanship. And so
we've only done a handful of shows, so
Right.
we are still learning how to set up, how to pay attention where the judge is, and make sure that the goat knows how to lead right and isn't
Right.
struggling or fighting us on the chain. And when we do stop in the ring and do the lineup, that they're standing properly, or that we can get them easily to stand properly.
and so that not only is that us that's being trained, but I'm willing to bet the people that win all the time, they probably practice with their goats at home all the time. And that's something that, just to be honest, we don't do that much. We might walk them around a little bit, but we don't really practice setting them up like we should, so the goats are used to it. Because Jennifer made a real good comment to us this morning. We keep using her because she has champions. She wins all the
She
time.
has taken us under our wing from
Right.
day one when we first met her.
But she mentioned, and it makes sense, these judges, especially you get into these big rings where there's 10, 15, 20 plus goats,
50 plus goats.
or 50 plus goats.
We have been there with a
Yes.
couple of rings like that.
The judge is only going to look at your goat for about 3-4 seconds unless it catches his eye. So that is all up to the people showing the goat, like showmanship of people showing the goat, like Samantha, to get that goat set up instantly. So when he sees it for that 3 seconds, he goes, "Oh, that's a nice goat."
Oh God, that's a lot of water.
We're hydroplaning. We got good
Almost.
tires. Yeah. So that's something else we're learning and doing. You'll never see me in the ring because I'm too tall.
Well, maybe for a senior.
Well, maybe for a big buck. Man, the water is insane right now.
It's been coming down here.
Right, it's all over.
And construction is
Yeah, probably shouldn't be filming right now, but we are. So yeah, you probably won't see me. I'm 6'5",
One day.
and it's just I
They
can't
don't
lead a goat.
allow leads either. So it's just the chain, and we use the martingale collars. So you only have like this much playroom.
Right.
And so for him to be bent over,
I
it's
just
just
can't do it.
impossible to do.
I simply know my limitation. I'm vertically challenged.
And then trying to move and set up and everything
Right.
too.
I just can't do it. So I usually go. I try to always go for support, and I can maybe hold a goat outside the ring or whatever. And
Pictures, video,
pictures and video.
bullshit with the
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, I
Excuse
like
my French.
Yeah, right. I'm a little chatty Cathy, and I like to talk to people, and it's good because I learn a lot that way, and then it brings up a bunch of conversations.
Goat people are good people.
Right. Most of them.
There's always bad apples in every
Right.
sport, but
We're trying not to be the bad apple.
goat people are good people.
Yeah.
Everybody's in it to better the breed and help each other.
Right.
And that's what it should always be about.
Well, you see, Louisiana's that way. I would say Texas that way, but technically we're in Texas.
We're still in Texas.
But Louisiana's that way. So where are we going? And who turned out the lights? Wreck or something up here.
Oh, that's 18 wheeler driving.
Oh,
That car said, screw this, I'm not doing it.
that person just went in. Hey, look, we finally got to Louisiana.
An hour later.
Yeah. It only took us about an hour and a half longer than it should have. There we go, coming up on the big bridge. Focus. Yep, there it goes. We've been in that casino before. So it's flooding.
Underwater there.
All, yeah, everything's underwater over here.
All underwater over there.
Samantha, you picked a great day to come to Louisiana.
I didn't realize it had rained this much here.
It's
Again,
flooded.
we haven't got hardly any rain in our house.
The highways are dry.
Oh no, this is all underwater over here.
Oh yeah, sure.
We're down to one lane. Two if you creep really well.
Look at that grotesque wealth right there. All that lumber. Taking a little break. So we stopped at Shada. Samantha won $3.40.
Free ices, kids, and free drinks.
Yeah. and I got a coffee and an icy, a double fist on the way out. We stretched our legs a little bit and made our butts not so sore. And now we're 35 minutes away from meeting these, what do they call it? Who do they call it? Is they a farm name?
Pumpkin and Luna.
Well, Pumpkin and Luna is our new goats we're getting. It's about 35 minutes away from meeting them, picking them up. So stay tuned. So I goofed and I didn't get a video of us doing the transfer. But
Shame, shame, shame.
we got the goats in the back.
And guess what, guys? It's still raining.
And it's still raining.
I'm so over it.
And I think we're going to drive all the way through it back home. All
6 hours that it's probably going to take us instead of 4 because of traffic.
And so the exit's under the water, and the water is on the highway again.
He's got his airboat to pick people up. Kids in the car. Dumbasses. Why would you even try to drive through that?
So this semi-truck driver is like, screw it, I'm gonna drive down the middle of the road. You know, you can see that, but it's like orange, and then rain, and dark clouds. We made it home. Now let me show you the goats that after I take video of when we were putting them in. So who's this majestic creature? What's his name?
Pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie. Look at you.
Whoa.
Be a little princess. She's pretty
I know. I know. I know. All the new sights and smells. Oh, there's alfalfa. Yep. There's the alfalfa there.
What's this one's name?
Luna.
Anyway, guys, that's the end of this really long video that's stretched over nearly a little over a week, or 2 weeks actually. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. We love you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share us. Follow our Facebook page at MyersFamilyFarmTX.com. Check out our store where you can buy all of our merch at MFFTstore.com. And I love you, and I'll see you next time.